Welcome to another episode of the Cannabis Industry Lawyer, where I answer your cannabis legal questions so that you can help normalize the cannabis laws. This is the news update for August 2018, and if you hear it, that's right, that nothing you hear is Congress on recess because it's August and who the heck would ever want to work for an entire month out of the year? So Congress will also, newsflash, election in November, be shaking hands and kissing babies and raising money for the next 3 months. Do not expect a lot to come out of the US Congress until it changes hands in January or maintains it. The march towards legalization continues because we can go to Canada. Canada's eyeing that legalization day of October 17th, and in anticipation of that, Acreage Holdings closed on a record amount of funding. Like, they were oversubscribed, I believe is what the nomenclature is in the industry. Just as an aside, for some of you who do not know my backstory, I graduated law school in 2008 and then briefly became a stockbroker before October 26th or whenever it was, 2008 was a very shocking time to become a stockbroker. Just like, oh no. Boy, I wish I had your experience, Phil, because you're gonna make a lot of money off of this and I'm gonna move back to Illinois and become a lawyer. And I did. But that's great for you. So anyway, Acreage Holding did get to raise about $119 million, I believe. Amazing. They're out of the East Coast and they're trying to normalize relations for both adult and medical in as many states as they can get into, and they're eyeing a Toronto Stock Exchange ticker. It's kind of the way that you get into the NASDAQ now. You first get listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange and then you can get into the NASDAQ. What is it? Kronos, I believe, is the first one to do that. Does not matter. The legalization train continues towards its destination of full adult use, but it's not all smooth sailing because a new Denver Post article reports that there is a 73% finding of cannabis amongst all DUI fatalities in the state. That may or may not show a problem with impaired driving from adult use states. There was also an increase of the number of fatal DUIs in the state of Colorado from about 482 in 2013 to 608 in 2016. I do not know whether the confounding factors of Colorado is a growth state. Unlike some states, I'm in Illinois, it's not a growth state. There are more people in Colorado, so the first number might not count the right for the second number because of inflation. So the first number, just to be the same number, might have to be like 20 or 30 points higher. And still, will that cover an entire spread of 120? Probably not. Are there other explanatory factors at play? You'll see, and you have to look at it in the aggregate, the amounts of the fatalities. So are they going up because of marijuana, or are they only going up and they are showing that marijuana use has become widestream? And then, was it a contributing factor? A lot of people are testing positive for it. It could have still been the alcohol, and maybe the joint they smoked 2 weeks ago didn't contribute. As marijuana as a metabolite is in your system for a long time and easy to test for, it becomes more prevalent, and that's maybe one of the reasons why 73% of the DUI fatalities in Colorado was testing positive for THC. Either way, it's a data point that needs consideration. And in additional news, Guam has decided to legalize adult use. At least Guam's Congress. I am not really boned up on how Guam's parliament works. I know it's not a state. It's a territory. Do they also then have to have their Senate vote on it? Hopefully Guam continues to liberalize their marijuana policies as well so that we do not have to invest so many dollars as to the incarcerations, which have dropped off in some other places. And finally, I do have to kind of say, My bad. I'm sorry that I've not been posting these like as regularly as I would have liked to. Starting a new practice and getting into various other areas has kind of spread my concentration at least 4 different ways. There are some real cool things that we're working on for this channel and for cannabislawyer.com. The future of cannabis really is what happened 80 years ago after alcohol was legalized. You're setting up for that. It's still going to be a highly regulated substance and very political at the beginning. But then there will be what they call the M&A period. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have not already, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. If you really want notice of these things, you can click the bell. And I will try to make them on a more consistent matter. We're going to be building some pretty cool content to help you become plugged in to the industry as it gets bigger, because it's got huge growth potential, and you guys are the ones who are changing it. It's really a cool thing. You know, if you have any questions, great, I'll look into it, I'll answer it, but it's you people that are actually changing the cannabis laws. So until next time, see ya.